Awesome. Hi, everyone. My name is Sanjana. I'm Jay and Jay's Fireside Chat Coordinator, and I'm here with Jorge for another Fireside Chat. Jorge, thank you so much for joining us.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
All right. So first off, tell us about your educational and professional backgrounds and the path that you took to get to where you are today.
Okay, so I have a degree in communications from William Patterson College, now university. And really, after I finished college, I didn't know what I wanted to do. So, I did know what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a musician. So I spent the next 10 years really playing music around the country and in Europe and stuff. And in the meantime, I actually did a bunch of like temp assignments. So I was a consultant and temporary worker. And, while that doesn't sound like a great plan, if you have no plan, what it actually does for you is you get to see a lot of different industries and a lot of different positions. So whether it was marketing or pharmaceuticals or all different, just everything. My resume ended up having a lot of different types of experience on it, not necessarily like college experience, but real life work experience. And it made it kind of easy to always be employed and navigate that world.
Wow, that's awesome. And it's actually really cool that you started off as a musician and got to explore the world. I think that's one I've never heard in any of these fireside chats.
Yeah, and I mean, kind of the reason I wanted to do this, other than, obviously there's a corporate incentive to be volunteer, but this one in particular was that I think that, not everyone knows that they want to be a doctor or a lawyer or an accountant, right? Some people just don't have a clue. And I know for me, there was a long time where everyone's like, oh, you're going to fail, you're going to fail. And no, you're not. It's going to take a little longer. It's going to take a different path. It might be a more interesting path. But, if you're a hard worker, if you just kind of keep your head in the right direction, it'll work out. So.
Absolutely. So my next question is, did you have any significant extracurricular experiences in high school and or college that you feel really helped you later on in your career?
Through the school, so in the kind of traditional sense, no. I wasn't on the football team, although I am a sizable human being. So they wanted me in the football team but I'm not a sports person. It's more into like arts and stuff. So what being in bands and music really taught me and my friends was how to organize yourself, right? How to get together and make a plan. You're going to meet at 3:00 at this place and you're going to rehearse these songs. You're going to have to come up with, let's say, money to make a recording. So you're actually going to have to budget and you're going to have to figure out how many hours you need for this, that. We didn't know it at the time, but those are real life skills. So while I didn't participate in school functions, I was very busy, unbeknownst to me, learning actual real life skills. In that way, yeah, that was my extracurricular activity. And that's kind of, again, in the end, I think it was good for someone like me.
Yeah, I think what you mentioned with like scheduling and organizing people, like that's such an important thing to know. And you don't really get that a lot in just like school activities. I know I personally learned a lot about it through just like fireside chats and like learning how to like meet with people like at a certain time and like schedule things and stuff like that. And that's something that I think is very important. So I like that you mentioned that.
Yeah. And like one thing I know, I have children now and everything, and I noticed that, different from when I grew up, these kids' lives are very scheduled, and really it's the parents stressing out and making sure you're on time, right? I don't know that the kids learn the actual skill when they're not the ones figuring out how to make it everywhere on time and how to do everything. So again, I think doing that for yourself, learning how to get to organize a group, make some kind of goal and achieve that goal, whatever that goal is. That's really important. And through some of the organized activities, I don't know that the actual people doing it learn those skills. They kind of go along with the ride. So anyway.
Yeah, to that point, I think college really helps with that because it's kind of in your hands to like schedule your classes and like if you're involved in clubs or organizations or even like a dance team or a band or something like you said, then it's like up to you if you're a leader in that to like organize everyone and schedule times that work for everyone to meet. So yeah, to the point about your kids, I think they'll definitely pick it up as time goes on.
Yeah, hopefully.
So my last question for you is, what advice would you give to young people who will be embarking on their professional lives soon?
So the best advice I ever heard came from my friend's father, and I was already like 28 when I heard the advice. And his father's a successful businessman, and he basically said that everything is a business. Whether you want to, start a cupcake factory or go into, everything is a business. And the second part of that is everything is technology. Every business is technology. So that just know that, like, if you have, if you know you're going to be a doctor or a lawyer, I don't think my chat's going to be of interest to you. I'm speaking to the kid who doesn't know what to do. Everything is a business. Maybe just get a business degree, go down that kind of general route of learning that kind of stuff. And then wherever you go, you can apply those skills to that. The idea of transferable skills. If you don't know what you want to do, cast a wide net and then find your space in there, and you'll make it.
Absolutely. Yeah, that was great advice. All right. So that brings us to the end of our fireside chat. Thank you so much again for joining us. This was a great session, and I know everyone listening will take a lot out of it. So thanks.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.